Hello everyone, Magnus Tsunami here, and welcome to today's episode. Something a little bit different. Today you'll be watching a spinner comparison. So today what I'll be going through is showing you a little bit of the old spinner, and showing you a little bit of the new spinner, and the process of how the slices were designed. I hope you enjoy. So here you see the old spinner, which had some initial issues. In order for me to be able to do multiple spins, I would have to refresh the page. And as demonstrated here, if the page wasn't refreshed, the spinner would go backwards, which in my eyes was a big issue, because I want to be able to randomize the items and keep spinning rather than having to refresh the web page every single time. So that's one issue that I got addressed thanks to my programmer KoKo. Here you see two initial slices, one made for Bomberman 64 and one made for Donkey Kong 64. Now as you can tell, the initial slices were low quality and rushed. I will now show you a comparison and show you the newer slices. So here is a side-by-side comparison of the old Bomberman 64 and the newer Bomberman 64. You can tell the difference between the logo and the backdrop is much higher quality. Also for the Donkey Kong 64 one, you can tell that I haven't covered the characters with the logo, but yet it's still legible. So coming up, you'll be able to see the difference in the new spinner. As you could see with the old spinner, the backdrop was white, and the new spinner has an image which makes the spinner stand out more. We're also going to give the new spinner a couple of spins to prove that the issue of it going in reverse has now been resolved. Now when you hit spin, the spinner returns back to its initial position. Now that that issue has been resolved, it actually makes it a lot easier for me to choose the game, because if I get the same game twice, I can just hit randomize and it will refresh all of the slices, but it won't refresh the page, and then I could just hit spin again, hopefully selecting a new winner, and that saves a lot of time. So in this section, I show you how I created the spinner slices using GIMP. Basically, I draw the image and create the sections, but you only end up needing one section because the program that was written by KoKo works out the angles and the rotation, so you don't end up needing the rest. Here is the final product, a circle with 8 slices, or 8 sections, cut into it. And now we'll show you which section we will be using to make the slices. Once you have the image you want, all you need to do is drag it into GIMP. So once you've sourced the image that you want to use, you're going to need to scale it down, because it's going to be too large to fit in the spinner. So you scale it down incrementally, as you can see me doing here. Is if you scale it down too fast, you end up losing image quality. So you'll see me scaling it down at least 3 or 4 times before the final cut or edit. Once you've scaled down the image to cover the section of the slice, your image size should be no bigger than 360 by 240. Those are only rough dimensions, and depending if you started off with an 800 by 800 square pixel canvas. Making sure that the circle is selected as your background, grab the wand tool or the magic tool and select the area. It should then highlight the triangle with the circle. To ensure that you're not deleting the wrong thing, make sure that you click Invert Image, then select your image that you've just put into GIMP and then hit Delete. It should delete the right part. Repeat the import and scaling for the logo or text title of the game. You won't need to do the same thing with the cutting of the logo as long as it fits in the slice. Once you're happy with the background and the logo of your game, make sure that the spinner is not visible. Then you will need to merge the 2 layers to make it one. Cut the newly merged spinner slice into a new page. I have created an automatic template, but you may want to create one yourself, but make sure that the background is transparent. And there you have it. That's how I created each and every single spinner slice. Thanks for watching. Magnus.
Tsunami.